We are back with Animal Lover, and I know this is taking me forever to finish this, but you don't realize how long the ends are until you actually have to read them out loud. So, hi, Gabby. All right, so let's get back to it. I'm trying to remember what happened last time. We figured out that we talked to Dustin. We went and talked to Dustin, and we found out that if we get a hold of yes, the were hamster dating sim. If we get a hold of Adara's spell book, that we might be able to undo the curse. So that's where we're at. We got to get that figured out. So time passed. I would later count that 6 days had come and gone since I shared that moment with Kyle. Dr. McMillan stopped asking about what happened that day. I had to run out on her. Even though it's been less than 2 weeks, I feel like a different person, like the moment in which I first met Edmund was a lifetime ago. I didn't know half of the people back then that I do now. I don't think I've ever felt so scared, so happy, so energetic, and so alive in my entire life. Slow hours pass by in the office, and I catch myself thinking thoughts that, like, I guess this is how life is now, when in reality, we're not done yet. I keep waiting for the moment that we're done, and every quiet, uneventful moment feels like the closing chapter of a book. But we're in the eye of the storm. I know that. We still haven't confronted Adara. We still haven't changed any of the boys back permanently. We just barely know what we're doing. Well, we just barely know what we're going to do if this goes on long enough for Charlie to become a bear. Last night, Kyle and Miguel turned into their animal forms at the same time. We suppose this means they share the same phase of the moon. This means that it's very likely that the next phase of the moon will either be Charlie's phase or no one's. Most of my days have been spent at the apartment. Someone's always at the computer, keeping tabs on Adara's blog to see if she moves or if it's time to go and follow her. Dustin offered to take us wherever Adara is in relative safety, but we still don't know where in the woods she is. So we wait patiently. Summer's coming to an end, though. Things are winding down, and this mode of living just can't last, even when the sun stretches across the gray carpet of the apartment and time slows to a crawl. Lucy? Yes, Dr. McMillan. She's calling me from across the office, which means she's tied to her desk somehow. She either wants to wants me to grab something for her or to take care of one of her responsibilities she's unable to get to due to a phone call. Can you come in here? Sure thing, be right there. I get up from my desk. There's one person in the waiting room, and they're very early for their pet's checkup, so it'll be fine to leave the front desk alone. I walk across the office, peeking into the main checkup room occasionally to see if there are any cute animals on the table. I sit down in Dr. McMillan's office. She's not on the phone and doesn't appear to be busy at all. Yes, doctor? Lucy, do you know what today is? Not really. Kind of forgetting a lot of things here. Not a clue. Yes, she don't. Well, it's an internship, an apprenticeship. I honestly couldn't tell you, no. Lucy, today's your last day here. What? In 3 hours, you'll have completed 100 hours at my office. That's because this game is not actually in their database, so I can't change it. Yeah, I will have, won't I? Wow. And I just wanted to tell you before my 1 o'clock came in, which is going to keep me busy for a little while. Mr. Anspach's dog, is that how you say it? Anspach? Mr. Anspach's dog, the old one? Yeah, I wanted to take the time to thank you for all the work you've helped me out with. I will be happy to write you a letter of recommendation for any college you decide to apply to. You'll be receiving a glowing review from me. Wow. Thank you, Dr. McMillan. Of course, I really appreciate all the help you've given me. I've learned a lot too. I'm glad. I know you're going to do great things wherever you go. Dr. McMillan, I'm honored. Of course, don't lose that hard-working disposition. Her phone then starts ringing, a ring that I hear often from far away and is very shrill up close. If you don't mind. No, of course, go right ahead. Dr. McMillan picked up the phone and began to speak to a client. The professional tone she used with me remained, making it clear she wasn't speaking to a close friend. I walk back to my desk, still 10 minutes before I have to worry about the patient in the waiting room. 10 minutes I spend entirely in silence and deep thought. It's all ending, isn't it? Walking into the apartment, I see everyone at their separate but joined stations as usual. Charlie's at the computer today, Miguel is folding origami on the couch, Edmund is watching TV, and so is Frankie, who's sitting on the floor. I think Kyle's in the bathroom. I'm really not. But you really are. How am I a Yuki? He's an asshole and distant and weird. Edmund, you're super distant. And kind of effeminate. Wait, whoa. Miguel's calling somebody effeminate? From you, Miguel? Seriously? If anything, I'm more of a shigure. You're not leering enough. Frankie's more of a shigure. I thought it was more like Kyo, you know, because he's hot-headed and determined. And a stupid, bumbling idiot. Why would you want to be like a Kyo? Because he's... Shut up! Hey, guys. They all noticed my entrance at the door and waved their hellos. Hey, sorry we didn't notice you. We thought you were Kyle. Huh? Why? Where's Kyle? He's picking up some cheese and breadcrumbs for homemade macaroni and cheese tonight. You realize he's probably shoplifting it, right? If we don't ask, he doesn't tell. We're not implicit in whatever Kyle does. Plus, I sent him off with money. What if he doesn't come back? He knows my phone number if he gets, I don't know, arrested or something. Does he? I think we screwed up. Uh-oh. Hey, guys. We all turn around to see Kyle walking in with grocery bags. Oh, thank God. Nice to see you too, Charlie. You're not allowed to go shoplifting anymore. I mean shopping anymore. Did you steal that stuff? What? No. How would I even have gotten these bags in a receipt? Some people steal receipts. Give me some goddamn credit. Do you seriously all distrust me so much? So, you didn't steal anything? Of course I stole something. Grabbed myself a root beer, but I didn't steal this stuff. Please don't do that shit while you're living with me. I really, really can't afford bail for you, and I goddamn positive you wouldn't be able to pay me back. All right. God, my bad. It's cool. Cool. So, why do you do that? Do what? Steal so much stuff. I don't know. Poverty sucks, man. It teaches you to appreciate what you have. I'm used to foraging for shit. But you're fine right now. True, so it might just be a matter of principle at this point. Or habit. Oh shit. What's the principle? Guys. But anything I can do to undermine the power of massive corporate... Guys! What? Adara's on the move. Oh shit. Where? I don't know where this is. I'm searching it right now. She's going to some sort of tide place near the mall. She didn't give the name. That's Long Ocean Thai. It's right next to the bookstore. Charlie, put the computer away. Got it. Is everyone else ready? I'm ready. Just getting my shoes on. Grabbing my jacket just in case. I'm good. I'm going to get the car started. I dash outside with my car keys already in hand after having returned. I'm alone with my thoughts inside the car while the others begin to pile toward me. This all feels so strange. What's going to happen to us? Do I want this to end? Do I have a choice? Drive! Alright, I'm gonna start driving. I zip my seatbelt up and... Wait! There's no zipping seatbelt! That doesn't make any sense! I zip my seatbelt on and pull the car out of park. Ah! Wait, whoa! What? Drive? Kyle, the others aren't in yet, and we're not being chased. Are you crazy? I know, but I've always wanted to say that, and I was wondering if you'd do it too. If you do it. No, I'm not just going to drive because you screamed drive at me. Damn. Alright, I'm in. Me too. Edmund forgot his other shoe. Okay then. Hi, Kaseya! You get to see the end. It's gonna get good stuff. Although you missed the kisses from last time. That was pretty hot. But there's just good stuff, so... Alright. Whatever, I'm leaving it. Just drive. Drive! Stop yelling drive! I'm planning on driving. Edmund, don't be stupid. Grab your other shoe. Ah! Edmund yelled blankly, throwing himself outside of the car. You know it's going to take her more than 5 minutes to eat, right guys? We do have some time. I'm back. Drive. Ah! It's a lot of screaming here. So what are we going to do? Kyle, Miguel, Charlie, you all lived here before you returned into animals. Do you remember the bookstore at all? Or Long Ocean Thai? I don't remember either, no. I remember the bookstore, yeah, and I remember there being a Thai place I always wanted to eat at, but never tried. Not sure if it's the same one. I didn't get out of my apartment a lot, but yeah, I think I remember. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I think that Miguel should have lunch at Long Ocean Thai. We'll give him my cell phone. He can keep an eye on Adara. The rest of us will be available in the bookstore, keeping an eye out and ready. We can go to my car when it's time. We don't know how she's getting to wherever she's going. I'm thinking maybe Charlie should stay in the car. Shoelace? Um, oh, I have no idea what that is. It looks like a dead bird. Um, why Miguel? Why me? Frankie and Kyle stick out too much. She's met him already. I need Charlie to drive, and I trust Miguel. Oh, it's a car? All right, then. I decided not to mention anything about Edmund. Is everyone on board with the plan? What happens if she starts walking? We'll stop by the car as she's leaving and you can join us to start walking. And if she takes the bus? I don't know. I'll just stay by the car no matter what. When everyone regroups to start tailing Adara, drop me off a phone so we can stay in touch and I can start driving if you need me to. We follow Adara from far away. We get the location of her house. Good plan. All right, we're just about here. Everyone ready? Silence with assorted nods. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I see her. Great, just keep an eye on her. Everyone's in position. Will do. What should I order? Charlie said something small. I think he meant it so you could pay for it quickly, but he might also be a cheapskate. Might? What do you mean, might? I'm saying he might actually... No, I'm talking to Kyle. What do you mean, might? You steal root beer. I could probably find enough change on the street to buy a root beer. You caught me. So yeah, order something small and call us when she starts to move. You got it. I hang up and look at Kyle, Frankie, and Edmund. All right, well, what now? I don't know. Walk around. If she starts to move, we'll start yelling for each other. All right. Everyone splits into different directions. I find myself breathing again. I don't know when I became the leader of this little group, but it feels like they've been depending on me more and more lately. After realizing I don't have anything in the bookstore I'm particularly interested in at the moment, I decide to walk around directionless. Hey, Lucy. Yeah, Frankie? Frankie turned around from wherever he was heading, and now it's just us in this aisle together. I think it's neat that we all get to just kind of walk around the bookstore. This place is great, but... But should we be leaving Kyle alone in a store? Oh, right. Shit. Yeah, I wanted to go listen to some of their records. Would you mind keeping an eye on Kyle? What? Yeah, no. That would be an interesting sequel, though. Yeah, of course. Thanks, Lucy. Frankie dashes off and I'm alone again. I'm finding myself worried that he hasn't already stolen something. He's inside the general fiction aisle when I get to him. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Lucy. What are you looking for? Nothing in particular, really. I never really got into books. In elementary school, I had a crush on a girl who was kind of nerdy, so I tried to read a book she was reading. It was really dumb, and it was just some story about a bunch of babysitters, but I never really got back into books. I think pretty sure he's talking about the Babysitters Club. I never read those books myself. Are you picking any up? No, I'm just looking. None at all? I'm not going to take any if that's what you're implying. You promise? Yeah, I promise. Alright, cool. Do you have any recommendations? Nah, I haven't read in a long time either. Well, what kind of book are you looking for? A stranger says, his head turned to us. Okay, I can do this, you guys. His body facing the shelves in front of him. He's an older guy wearing a t-shirt for a band I've never heard of. I know this man. This is Chris McDougall. I used to babysit for him. Oh, hey, Mr. McDougall. Hey, Lucy, it's been forever. How are you doing? I'm doing great. What are you up to? Well, Samantha's entering 3rd grade and we needed to pick up some books for her, but I'm letting her pick out anything she wants. Aw, that's cute. I guess she's getting too old for a babysitter. No, not really, though if you're looking for a little extra pocket change. Oh, no, my hands are full. Thanks, though. No problem. Who's your friend? Mick? What? What? No fucking way. Mick, it's me. Wait. No. Yeah, man, it's me, the genuine article. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Gwen. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you pop in. Dude, it's me, seriously. Kyle? That's impossible. Wait, is this Mick? Mr. McDougal? You were Mick? How do you... Wait, Kyle, you're supposed to be dead. I... Yeah, I bet that's what it looked like, huh? Mick is stunned. His eyes are widened. I'd only met Mr. McDougal a couple of times, and he always seemed like a quirky, fun kind of dad. But his face is frozen in fear, and his fingers are squeezing his thumbs. Kyle, you're alive? Sure as shit, man. And a second later, Mr. McDougal has latched onto Kyle, hugging him tightly and gripping his shoulders. For a moment, he even grabs Kyle by the sides of his head and just inspects him. I can't believe it. It's really you. Yeah, I bet this looks weird. You haven't changed at all. You seriously look as young as when I last saw you. Well, there's kind of a reason. What? Oh, not because you're, Asian. Yeah, that's not what I was getting at. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, asshole. You're just a fucking racist as fucking racist as you've always been. Oh my God, it's actually you. In the flesh. But how? Where were you? Well, you might not believe me. Does it also have to do with why you still look like you're, what, 20? Actually, yeah, 21. Hey, Dad. A voice at Mick's side speaks up. Hey, Sammy. Mick seems taken out of the moment suddenly by his child's arrival. Do you remember Lucy, right? Your babysitter? Hey, Sammy. Hi, Lucy. Dad, I think I found one, but I can't decide. Can I have 2 books? Sam, we said, I look up to see Kyle looking down at the child with a weird, pained look on his face, like someone slapped him on the back too hard and doesn't want to say anything about it. Are you really? What? A were ferret. Yeah, sure. All I need you to do is give... Mick is completely losing it. Sweetie, this is my friend Kyle. Kyle, this is my daughter, Samantha. Hi, Samantha says as if it's an obligation. She bows her head and starts to shy away. Hey, Sam. We have weird hair. I do have weird hair. Your dad used to have weird hair, too. A small chuckle comes out of Samantha. Daddy always has weird hair until he cut it all off. Yeah, so I see. But your hair's like a skunk, while Daddy's hair was spiky. I get that a lot. Kyle's smile is forced, and his fists are clenched up tightly. It's worrying me, actually. Sam, can you give me some time with my friend? I promise I'll get you those 2 books. If you do. If I'm extra good, can I get 3? Don't push your luck, kid. Okay. Sam walks away intently, back toward the children's books. Cute kid. Yeah. She's going on 9. Her sister just started junior year. Huh. Anyway, what's happening with you and the H thing? Well, do you remember that Alana chick that worked at John's like decades ago? Yeah, she was a bitch. I remember that much. It's actually a little weird hearing Mr. McDougal swearing. You had the hots for her, though. I remember her telling you she was bad news. Dude, you were more right than you realize. Hey, I wanted to buy books when I was a kid. I loved books. Cal gives Mick the short version, explaining that it's magical, and he keeps telling Mick to just trust him on this one. Mick is skeptical, but way more receptive than I would have expected him to be. As long as I've known him, Mr. McDougal has always been kind of a quirky guy who was into old music, had children late, and collected LPs. I'd never seen the side of him that I watched Kyle bringing out. I'd only met him a few times, but in the short minutes that Kyle had reconnected with him, Mr. McDougal became Mick, and pretty soon they were talking like they'd known each other for 100 years. So I've kind of just been kicking as a ferret ever since. Lucy, is this all true? Completely. I swear by it, in fact. The other boys are here in the bookstore as well. That's wild. Seriously. I still don't know if I believe it. I never thought I'd see you again, Kyle. And I. Ridiculous. Did you hear about what happened? With what? Your dad. No, I definitely don't give a shit. Kyle. I always assumed that if you ever came back, you'd hear what happened from Shun, and then never want to talk to me again. Shun? Wait, you mean Shane, right? He went back to Shun when you went missing. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something Shane would do. he pronounces Shane bitterly, spiting him in his absence. Wait, Kyle, do you also have a Chinese name? Yeah, I did. Song let us have American names so we'd fit in better, but called us our real names at parties and holidays. I got mine legally changed. What was your Chinese name? Kyung. So you haven't talked to Shun then? No, and when this nonsense with Alana is all over and done with, I don't plan on talking to Song or Shane ever again. Kyle, your dad is dead. How? I promised myself I would tell you if you ever came back, and I can't believe it's happening. Yeah, he's supposed to be Chinese. I know, the artwork doesn't really show it well, but I don't know. When you went missing, your dad and Shun accused me of being the reason that you disappeared. For a while, Song just thought you were going to show up panhandling in another city and blamed me for being the reason. I went over to his house to try to reason with him. Shun was there too. Shun started shouting at me and cussing me out. I tried to talk sense into Song, but I don't know. He just sort of passively agreed with Shun. Shun told me to leave, but I don't know, man. I was really pissed off. I wouldn't leave. Song started calling the police. I knocked the phone out of his hand and told him to apologize for driving you out of the house in the first place. Shun pulled me away from him, and I don't know, man. I just fucking slammed him. I broke one of his teeth in. Mick falls completely silent. He's starting to tear up. Kyle is still just staring intently at Mick, waiting for the story to conclude. After pursing his lip and taking a deep breath, Mick continues. And Song had a heart attack. He died in the emergency room. There was an investigation. They arrested me. I was put on trial, and I was tried guilty for trespassing and assault, but they didn't put Song's death on me. I was fined a bunch. The judge said some mean things, and I was free to go. I've spent the last 30 years rebuilding my life. I'm sorry, Kyle. Really, I am. Why? What? What do you mean, why? Why would you be sorry about that? I started it. I was the one who started attacking Shun. No, I mean, why would you be sorry for doing that? He had it fucking coming. You remember what an asshole he was. He'd been begging for a stroke for years, and I wouldn't have fucking tolerated him blaming you for that shit anyway. Good. I'm glad that guy's finally fucking dead. Are you serious? Dead serious. I should be thanking you. Kyle, that's horrible. Are you kidding me? Dude, we used to stick his picture up on your dartboard and try to aim for his eyes. This is different. How is this different, Mick? I'm going to be honest. You sound like a fucking narc. Haven't you grown up even a little? What? Kyle, your dad is dead. Your brother is still looking for you. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Of course it does. You and me, man. We always said familiar structures are bullshit. Why should I be sad that Song's dead? He didn't mean anything to me. God, I know. I know the things we said, and it all felt so meaningful back then. Well, this is surprising. Fucking A, Mick. Are you serious? What? So you just gave up? Got an office job and started peddling advertisements? Is that it? No, dude, it's not that. You grew out of it, huh? You put on a tie and started to dance like a good monkey should. They are not loving animals. It's called Animal Lovers because these guys are cursed to where they turn into animals. So, that's why. I went to college. I got a degree. I got married and had 2 daughters. They don't have to live in a shack just because I'm still fighting some imaginary corporation monster that doesn't exist. I didn't let go, Kyle. I'm a city comptroller. I make sure the government isn't fucking around with your money, that it's going where it needs to go. This is a very enjoyable game, and if you're only watching part of it, I encourage you to pick it up when it's on sale or whatever, even not on sale, because I love, these guys need to be supported and play it. Congratulations on becoming an accountant then. Real fucking cool. How many punk-approved jobs do you think there are, Kyle? There can only be so many bars, only so many mechanics. Not everyone gets to wear denim to work. I'm doing my best. I can't pretend that we didn't do things I regret. I regret slashing Corey Manheim's tires. I regret wishing your dad would die, and I really regret watching him die. Why would you waste time regretting? The Mick I remember didn't regret shit. He looked forward and attacked what was in front of him. Mick pursed his lips and lowered his head. His eyes closed and his fingers stretched out and tensed up. Kyle is stone-faced, his frown pronounced and his eyebrows pushing hard against each other. There's weakness in his face, and he's shaking very tightly, or very slightly. Kyle, I think, I think that I'm being unfair. It took me years to realize that growing up is okay. It also took me years to realize that I never had to completely let go. But if what you're saying is true, you've only had, like, a week. Don't grow up today if you don't need to. No one should force that on you. No, it is not going anywhere good. God, what am I saying? This is like a dream. I have to be talking with myself. Kyle from high school just came back and criticized me for my job. I must be going crazy, yet here you are. If this is all real, if you still have so much of life ahead of you, then keep going. Be young. Take your time. With this, Kyle fell completely silent. The two stared at each other and no one made a sound. We're on the move. Frankie's voice came from across the store. What? The sound came from the bottom of the stairs near the cash registers. Kyle, Lucy, Edmund, we're on the move. Uh-oh. Kyle, we gotta go. The two were just staring at each other, blankly, as if both of them are simply waiting for the other to start speaking. All right, we gotta get Kyle out of this. Kyle, we gotta go. Code red. We'll catch up later. I'm at City Hall Mondays through Fridays. Kyle! I'll talk to you later, McPeace. Later. I grab Kyle's hand and we begin rushing out of the store. Kyle is sluggish and hard to move. She's leaving the restaurant now. Where were you guys? Long story. Let's just go. We continue to move out into the mall, trying to keep a safe distance from Adara. She didn't seem to be heading immediately for any parking lot. We managed to drop the phone off with Charlie, trying to telling him to try following us as best he can. He keep making U-turns to keep an eye out on us if necessary. Charlie pulled out of his parking space and began hovering around us. We were all silent as we followed her. I couldn't tell if Kyle was being more silent than usual because we all kept to ourselves. As we had feared, she stopped at a bus station, but lucky for us, the bus had not arrived. Charlie swooped around to pick us up. We found a parking space. The bus arrived, and we were en route to the bus's destination. While we were following the bus, Miguel briefed us on her activity. She made plans with a friend who Miguel seems to think may have been to Lula for tomorrow, meaning we know she'll be out of the house again. She also got into a pretty heated argument with the waiter. Otherwise, she was quiet. We trailed Adara down to a nearby park. When we saw her get out, we found a nearby parking space and let her get a few hundred feet in front of us before getting out of the car. If nothing else, we knew the general direction in which to head. We passed by a children's play area before heading into one of the larger hilly areas of the park, trailing her a long way away at all times. Everyone had been fairly silent up until this point when Charlie spoke up. What if she's trying to throw us off her trail? Then we can consider ourselves already animals again for the next 100 years. Let's just keep walking. Unless we go back now. No, I think we should keep going. Adara didn't look at me the whole time, and based on the way she treated her waiter, she wasn't acting or putting up a front. I don't think she knows we're here. We have to keep going. This might be our last shot for a long time. So, does everyone have their charms on? Yup, sure do. I'm good. What is that hat he's wearing? I like it. I've got my bracelet. Kyle, are you wearing your charms? No, Miguel still has them. Oh, that's right. Miguel pulls a chain necklace that Kyle had previously chosen out of his pockets. Here you are, Kyle. Thanks. Kyle doesn't put them on afterwards. He's just holding them. Everyone notices. Kyle? He doesn't answer. Kyle, are you okay? Yeah, fine. Why haven't you put on your charm yet? I forgot. Then put it on now. I'll do it in a minute. Then, before anyone even has a chance to realize what's happening. Uh-oh. Charlie has struck Kyle. I don't know what the fuck is going on with you, Kyle, and I don't care if your favorite dog just died. For your fucking safety, put on the charms before we have to remind you again. Kyle stares bitterly at Charlie for a second. Their stare is intense, and I'm wondering if a fight is about to break out between them. But before anything happens, Kyle drapes the necklace over his shoulders. Good. Kyle, what's wrong? The fuck do you care? If hitting you, if hitting you so that the witch doesn't make you a dead man doesn't show that I care about you, nothing is going to convince you otherwise. Assault the ones you love, is that it? I thought you'd believe that more than anyone. Kyle's face softens up a bit. He hangs his head and lets his shoulders fall. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I know, man. Did you want to talk about it? No, not right now. Let's just go. We're all here for you. I know you are. Thanks. Hold on. I think I see her in the distance. She's getting closer to us. What? I mean, not like approaching us. Oh, okay, good. I mean, I think she stopped. Yeah, that's her hut in the distance. I see it. Charlie? I'm already tagging the location on GPS. Good. So, should we go then? Are we sure this is the place? Looking forward to into the distance, it certainly looks like a witch's hut. It's made of wood with a plank roof. There's smoke billowing from the chimney. I think I'm ready to call this one. Yeah, that's definitely Adara's place. Does anyone else feel unsafe? I really think we should get out of here as soon as we can. So what now? So we come back tomorrow and we finish this. Yeah, Frankie chose the hat. It's actually kind of adorable. I'll start calling Dustin to give him the details, see if he'll be able to help us tomorrow. All right. This place is giving me the creeps. The sun is still high in the sky, so there's no danger of Kyle or Miguel jeopardizing the situation by turning into animals here. I still would have liked us to use that as an excuse to leave just a little quicker. Yeah, let's get out of here. We all began walking back in just slightly lower spirits than we were in before. Man, these tongue twisters get me today. Kyle is still completely silent. The woods stretch on longer on the way back to the car than they did on the way in. It felt like no time at all walking toward our house, but the time it takes to get out is more immediately palpable. About 5 or 10 minutes into walking, I decided to start timing our walk. It took 32 minutes plus whatever time I wasn't looking at the clock to get from Adara's to the car at a normal walking speed. When we finally pile into the car, it's a little smellier. Everyone's sweating from either the heat or their anxiousness. It's both on my part, so I'm unable to speak on everyone's behalf. The drive home at least resembles some form of safety, like a boat in a calm sea with a storm on the horizon. We stopped at a restaurant for food before getting home. The sun is low in the sky by the time we're back. It must be a sign of autumn that it's growing darker sooner. When we all get inside, Charlie immediately puts himself toward work and starts calling up Dustin. Hey, Dustin? Yeah. No, that was Lucy. I was one of the guys with her. No, that was Miguel. I turned into a bear. Miguel is the one that turned into the dog. I mean, dog. Yeah, we found her place. Oh shit, yeah, it was creepy as hell. Really? Huh? That's good to know, I suppose. You can? Great. That would mean a lot. What do I owe you? What's Patreon? Sure, I'd be happy to. Dustin, the freaking wizard, has a Patreon. Okay, that's great. Yeah, and I'll leave a comment to let you know what I think. Cool. Thanks, Dustin. Huh? Oh. Miguel. Huh? What time did Adara say she was meeting up with What's-Her-Face tomorrow? Around 1? 1 o'clock, Dustin. Great. Yeah, that's fine. See you then. Charlie then hangs up and puts his phone away. Well then, he'll pick us up around 12 tomorrow. Great. So what now? I say we do our best to try and relax. Tomorrow's a big day. Yeah. Hey, Kyle? Kyle's sitting on the couch, staring up at the ceiling, completely silent. His eyes barely move toward Charlie as he calls to him. Kyle, dude, sorry if I came down on you a little hard out there. It's fine. Are you okay? No one speaks. For a moment, it looks like Kyle's expecting someone to speak up for him, and everyone else is expecting Kyle to speak up for himself. I'm a little worried, too. Did something happen? Go ahead, tell him, Lucy. I think you should tell him. Sure. Kyle was about to say buddy Mick, but he decides against it. My friend from high school, Mick, was at the bookstore with his daughter. Oh, wow. Did it go all right? No, not really. He's a different person now. I bet he was. What? I don't know. What the fuck do you mean by bet? He was. Easy, Kyle. I think that what Miguel was trying to say is that everyone from our past is going to have changed a lot. Yeah, I'm assuming wizarding is a low income job. You need to have help with that. Yeah, but Mick, I don't know. He was different. He wasn't the Mick I used to know. Well, yeah, he lived a lifetime without you. And that sucks. Kyle finally decides to speak up, louder than he's been in days. I mean, what the hell? You'd think of all people, Mick wouldn't change. I wouldn't put changing past anyone, Kyle. I don't know, man. Mick was a good guy. Uh... Okay, I'm still romancing Kyle here, so I'm just gonna remain silent because I think that's what I need to do. He got old, and in a really bad way. He's an accountant, and he's got a wife and, like, 2 kids. What the hell? We were supposed to die young, or at the very least we were supposed to change something. Did he seem happy? Time stops around Miguel as he says that. Kyle is silenced. So is Charlie and Frankie. Like, was he alright? Were either of his daughters there? Yeah, one of them. How was she? I don't know. She liked books a bunch. She seemed to like Mick a bunch. Oh, why? Why? Why do you ask that? I don't know. It kind of feels like the first question we should be asking instead of, like, the last one. Okay, look, I'm happy he's happy and shit. Or I'm glad he's happy and shit, but why did he have to stop being Mick to do it? You don't know if... Charlie, shut up. I'm stopping you right there. I know Mick. No one knows Mick like I know Mick, and that wasn't fucking Mick. But you haven't known him for the past, like, 30 years. But I should have. Yeah, and you didn't get to. No one's happy about that, what Adara did. It sucks and everyone's sad about it. I'm sorry this happened, Kyle. Me too. Frankie's the only other guy to speak up. The rest of them nod in solidarity. Kyle's face drops like the weight of what's happened to him has finally settled down. 30 years settles on Kyle's back all at once. That's not fair. Silence again. That's not fair. That sucks. Why did she do that to us? What did we deserve to do? What did we do to deserve that? Silence. A profound, wounded silence where no one is silent by choice, but silence by dread and sadness. Kyle, I'm sorry. Is that it? Is that all we can do? Say sorry and then just move on, pretending this never happened? I missed out on my own life. And looking at Mick, he's not who I used to know, who I used to look up to. He used to be the man. He knew exactly what the world needed and how to fix it. And now he's just some kid's dad. I don't want to. Kyle stops talking and his eyes widen. He swallows deeply. Tears are forming at the sides of his eyes. Uh-oh. You don't want what, Kyle? Kyle is silent. Is still silent. A tear drops down his cheek as his eyes begin to glow. Oh. I turn around to look outside. The sun is setting. Turning back to Miguel, he's looking at his hands, which are also beginning to glow. Kyle! Everyone else is unmoving. I rush over to Kyle. I place my hands on his cheeks and my forehead on his. His mouth is open like he wants to speak, but he's completely silent. His teardrop stains my palm just slightly. Kyle, this isn't over. We'll talk about it tomorrow, okay? Even as I'm speaking, his body is starting to shrink and fur is forming over his skin. In another 3 seconds, he's just a ferret residing in the flattened cloth of Kyle's shirt. What are you even talking about? Did I, like, screw up a line or something? On the other side of the room, Miguel has already turned into a dog. Everyone's standing around silently like they just witnessed a car crash. Well, these options are... okay, I'm just gonna stammer. I don't know. I stammer incoherently. I don't understand why I'm at such a loss for words. All of a sudden, it feels like Kyle is too far away to help. Like, right on the cusp of understanding his hurt and beginning to help him. He was stolen away, and I have no choice but to be strong until he's returned. It's so stupid and simple, and yet staring down at his small, furry body, everything hurts. Fuck it. Fuck it, I'm gonna cry. Tears start to form in my eyes, and I feel like I'm panicking. I felt as though this is something I shouldn't cry over. Kyle's fine. He'll be fine until tomorrow. We'll walk out. We'll talk this out. But I don't want to think that he's somewhere inside that animal body hurting somewhere where I can't reach him. So I find myself crying. For the first time, this curse feels unfair, like something had been taken from me, not given to me. Behind me, Edmund places his hand on my back. We'll see him tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, I'll be okay. Did you want to stay here tonight? I can make us dinner in Miguel's absence. No, we don't want to just jeopardize our chances with the landlord. He has been kind of suspicious lately. I'll take the guys home. Thanks, though. I really appreciate it. No problem. Anytime. Of course. I'll be back early tomorrow, and we'll finish this thing. All right. We all waved goodnight. I got Miguel into the back seat and let Kyle sit in the front seat with his cage. Immediately, he placed his paws up on the door of the car and looked out the window. I watched him staring outside the whole ride home. Hey, Kyle, I said, knowing I had no way of truly knowing how much he could understand me and how much he could take in my words. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it will. You've just got to trust me on this one. Kyle continued to stare out the window. Oh boy. No, we all love you. We all love you exactly for who you are right now. I hope you know that. His head doesn't swivel or move. His eyes peek out intently at the evening cross lights and streets. I'm worried about you. I don't mean to make this about me, but I feel scared for you. I hope you're okay. And it sucks to see you hurt. Still nothing. Oh, jeez. At a loss for words. I wish I could feel what you're feeling so you wouldn't be alone. I know you're hurting. I'm just not there with you. I have no words. I wish I had something more to say. He is still. His head is drooping a little. I've got to say it, you guys. I got to say it. I love you. I don't say another word. Ah, boy. Miguel is resting peacefully in the backyard, hidden and not barking. I sneak Kyle into my room. When I get home, it's only about 8 o'clock. I spend some time petting Kyle, who's still burnt out and floppy as any regular ferret would be. I convince myself that this is normal, tired ferret behavior. Around 10 o'clock, I am finally tired enough to go to sleep. Big day tomorrow. Kyle doesn't respond. I get into bed and feel Kyle curl up on the pillow next to me. Soon everything will be back to normal. I wonder what that will be like. You know, if we make it through this, Nadara doesn't catch us. Kyle doesn't move. He must already be asleep. Good night, Kyle. Soon afterward, I fall asleep. I think we're next chapter. Oh, there we go. I think this might be the last chapter. And I'm clearly on his route. I wake up to barking. That's not unusual. There are sort of domesticated and stray dogs around the neighborhood. Not so many since animal control's been hanging around. But this time is strange. The barking is low and guttural, and it sounds very close. I get myself out of bed warily, still only half asleep. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's still too early to get up, even if I want to get to the apartment early to get ready to chase down Adara's spell books. I looked out the window to see a dog in the backyard barking directly up at my window. I don't immediately recognize it as Miguel, so I wonder, if only for a moment, why on earth there's a dog in the backyard. Then it hits me. Miguel, shush! I say, hoping my parents, who probably left for work by now, don't hear the dog in their backyard and start wondering what the deal is. However, Miguel doesn't stop barking. He's panicked, like someone had set fireworks off or turned a vacuum on in the backyard. Hold on, I'm coming. Wait a minute. I look around the room for Kyle. He's gone. I check under my desk and bed to see if he stowed himself away there. Nothing. He's not on my bed anywhere, under my covers or pillow. He's not in my closet. He's completely disappeared. My heart sinks. Miguel! I say, running toward the window. Where's Kyle? Miguel keeps barking. In one moment, everything clicks. Miguel wouldn't be barking otherwise. This is an emergency. Something is horribly wrong. I put on clothes as quickly as I can and begin to rush downstairs. As I suspected, the house is empty. Getting out to the backyard, I see that Miguel has already positioned himself at the sliding glass door. Miguel, do you have any idea where he is? He doesn't speak, or not in English anyway. I lean down to kiss him back into a human, but intuiting my intentions, he backs off, whimpering. Miguel? He barks again, his head motioning toward the side door. If I turned him back into a human right now, he'd be naked, so I guess that's probably a pretty bad idea. All right. I don't ask again if he has any idea of where to go. He's motioning toward the side door pretty hard. I can only hope he has some clues as to Kyle's whereabouts. I open the door and Miguel darts out of the backyard into the sidewalk. He's crossing the street, checking both ways. I follow him out. His nose is pointed straight at the ground. I'm hoping that means he's got Kyle's scent and not that he's looking for it. After a few yards, it's clear that Miguel has some direction and knows where he's going. Kyle's tracks are mostly sticking to sidewalks. We walk for a good 15 minutes until we're near some small shops on the border of the residential areas. Kyle's scent cuts through an alleyway. Miguel stops for a bit to sniff around at a dumpster. Every time Miguel gets too far away, he picks up his head and looks back at me inquisitively. This carries on for a few more minutes until Miguel finally pulls himself away from the dumpster, convinced that Kyle's moved on. The morning is still cold and my pajamas aren't doing much to warm me up. We walk for another 15 more minutes through small lower-class shopping plazas. I'm now a half-hour walk from home in my PJs. Then we see it. Oh no. Oh no, you guys. Oh shit. I bet you feel like shit now for hating him, huh? I'm talking to you, Gabby. I run up to the body in the gutter, praying impotently that this is some unrelated ferret. It isn't. It's Kyle. His body's collapsed and his eyes are closed. He is completely unmoving. He was run over by a car. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. It's gruesome. The blood is mostly dried and darkened. When I pick him up to hold him, it feels like he ought to be moving. His fur should bristle with activity. His neck should lift up and his eyes should match mine. His eyes look so much like Kyle's. Miguel. I turn to him to see Miguel's, or rather Rocky Road's attentive eyes. Go get a box or something, please. Miguel turns away and I turn back to Kyle, my thumb fruitlessly pressed against the poor thing's neck to check for a pulse. I thumb against his snout to check for a hint of breath. I kiss him and watch for a glimmer of light. It all comes up short. Miguel returns with the cardboard box. I start to cry. The cold feeling is back. It's been a while. This time I'm not thinking about who I lied to or what I've done wrong, or how uncertain the future is. I just miss Kyle. And yes, he got run over, for real. I gently place Kyle's body into the box and begin the long walk back home. I called ahead to tell everyone what happened before I got there. They told me to just come over as quickly as I possibly could. Miguel is silent. He's in the passenger side seat. I hear him taking in large breaths, but I can't tell if he's sighing or decided not to say something he was planning on saying. When we pull up outside the apartment building, Edmund, Charlie, and Frankie are all standing at the side of the road waiting. Shut up! You were shameless. You were so shameless. When Miguel and I get out of the car, I'm holding the box with Kyle inside. I wordlessly hold it out for the boys to see. Oh God. No one else says a word. Edmund takes the box out of my hands and Charlie pulls me in for a hug. Frankie and Miguel join him. Edmund also joins in, holding the box in one hand, not letting it touch the ground. When the hug ends, Charlie is the first to speak. Let's get inside, is all he says. So we slowly walk up the steps to the apartment. When we're inside, Edmund sets the box down on the counter. We don't know that he hasn't reincarnated. It's true. It doesn't really take away from... I know it doesn't. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying that we don't know that Kyle's dead. But after Lucy kissed us, we don't know that the spell doesn't, I don't know, change somehow. Yeah, but he died as a ferret, and a magical one at that. I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying there's still hope. I suppose that's true. You're like enjoying this, aren't you? Yet somehow I don't feel any better. And all that to say, I think we need to go through with our original plans for the day. Edmund, no. I don't want to wait to find out if he's okay. No, it's out of the question. Not after this. We can't go like this. So we keep watching Adara's vlog for another 2 weeks, waiting for her to leave the house while wondering if Kyle's still out there somewhere and waiting for Charlie to finally turn into a bear. It's not fair. We can wait. We can figure out what to do. We need today. I agree with Edmund. I'm hurting too. But we've got a time limit. This needs to end today. I don't want to go. All of you know that I don't want to go. Not like this. But the alternative scares me far worse. What do you think, Lucy? Okay. Shit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed. I don't know if my choice makes any difference. Do I say I can't go right now because I'm too upset, or do I say we need to go and just get it over with? Fuck. All right. Well, I think we go in either way, so I'm just gonna be like, no, we wait. I can't handle anything more today, Lucy. I know how much we've asked of you. We need to ask you this one last thing. The stars are aligned. If Kyle's still out there, then he needs us. We're all stretched so thin, we could break apart and scatter to the winds in a week. Everyone's afraid and confused. Dang it! We need to go! And going today is the only chance we have of salvaging this and saving Kyle, if we can. Charlie speaks up. I agree. It's now or never. You don't need to come with us. This can stop being your battle right now. Alright. If this is how it is, alright. I've certainly made enough decisions for us as a group to finally concede to someone else's. I'm in. And you're not leaving me behind. Then I guess I'm in too. As of now, this is no longer about us. This is about Kyle. At least for today. Okay. Good. Where's Dustin picking us up? At the charm store. He told us to stock up, double our supply of whatever he had before, or we had before. Let's go. We're leaving Kyle here. Oh? So he'll be waiting for us when we get home. Sounds good. We all pile back into the car. Even though we're wordless and sad, I feel a strange, frightened determination rising up in my heart. At the moment, it didn't feel any better to hear that maybe Kyle was okay because I saw his dead body. But right now, Kyle is someone that we may be able to save. I'm scared. I'm more scared now than I've ever been of anything in my entire life. But the notion of staying behind to let all of this happen without me, pacing in my room, wondering what's going to happen, being at the verge of tears at every moment, scares me far worse. And I know that it's not what Kyle would have done. The drive to the plaza with the charm store is silent. When we start getting near, Miguel speaks up. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing Dustin again. As am I. I must admit. Oh? Yeah, he's funny. I suppose he is. I guess I could use a pick-me-up right now. I think we can all use that. When we pull into the plaza, it's still empty. Part of me forgets that it's morning on a Thursday, so it's bound to be pretty empty. The trees planted around the plaza are beginning to brown. No one's really talking like they used to. I'm stuck between two states of mind. Part of me genuinely believes that Kyle could turn out to be okay. Once we find the truth about the spell, we'll all find out that nothing has changed and it's just a matter of finding him again. The other part of me is telling me to just let Kyle go. Finally, a car pulls up to the plaza and comes out, and out comes Dustin, still holding his dog with one arm, staring with the other. What's up, everybody? Hey, Dustin. Thanks again for doing this. It's no prob. Everyone pile in. We've got a lot of ground to cover before you go boosting into some crazy witch's lair. The door to Dustin's car opens by itself. All the doors have bead curtains to get inside. They have bead curtains. I like your beads. Much obliged, but I gotta say, these beads ain't just a pretty decoration. If there's any sort of crazy magic maker on your tail, these bad boys will make them lose your scent nigh instantaneously. Sorry if you guys gotta squeeze in. I got an extra seat up here. Hey, that looks like the same car. We take him up. We take him up on the front side, third seat, rather than trying to shove 4 boys in the back. I'm squished between Dustin and Frankie while Edmund, Miguel, and Charlie fight for the space in the back. Alright then, where am I heading? Charlie pulls out his phone and swipes at his screen a couple of times. Go down this street and make a left. No need to be bossy, guy. You could always say please. What? I'm just fucking with you. Let's get out of here. Dustin starts down the road, and it's only a silent for a moment before Dustin begins again to speak. Alright, so what I'm gonna need from you guys is for you to grab this lady's spellbook so you can spellbook it back to my car. We'll head someplace safe, maybe grab a drink. I don't know. Okay, I know a sick wizard bar nearby that would blow your mind, and I'll get this bad fucking spell off of you real fast. Real fast. How are we going to know which spellbook to take? Wizards and witches, whether good or bad, whether new or old, all only carry one spellbook. It's all they fucking need. It's usually bigger than most books, and I'm talking size, not thickness, and if you can't read it, then lo and behold, you have found her spellbook. When you say can't read it, I mean that the words on the pages are going to be like reading a Korean fanfiction in a movie car, confusing, unpleasant, and it might just make you vomit. That's great. You're not going to understand a word of it, even if you've taken college-level wizardese. You mean like the words won't be recognizable? Not quite. I mean, looking at that bad boy is literally going to hurt your eyes. The moment you open that baby up, she's gonna know you got your hands on her stuff, so you'll have to bring it back as quickly as possible so we can return it to her just as fast. We're gonna return it? Of course we're gonna return it. I don't make it my business jacking other people's spellbooks, but it seems to me that this is a special case. Alright then. Last thing. I got all different kinds of magic bubbling in my veins. All different kinds. I can't go too far with you unless you want me tripping the alarm too early. I'll try to be at a safe distance, but this is something you guys gotta do yourselves. Good to know. Thank you. No problem. Hey, what's up, little lady? Our friend died. Oh. But he died as a ferret, so we don't know if he's going to become a ferret again. Do you think it's possible? Well, picture this. You've kissed all these fine gentlemen, right? Yeah. Well, it didn't undo the curse, right? Just kind of reversed it for a while. Okay. I've been wizarding all up in this bitch for a long fucking time now. I can't imagine that you fucking around with the spell a little bit is going to screw up the spell too much. Like, unless this witch is super specific about her spell stipulations and shit. I can't imagine that she'd write it in a rule that would fuck up a perfectly stable curse. It just doesn't add up. I'm sure your buddy's doing alright. He's probably a ferret again by now. That's really good to hear. And speaking of here... What? That's exactly where we are. Wait, whoa, did I miss something? We've arrived at a point in the woods that Charlie has been telling Dustin about. My heart is still in a state of flux. I want to feel hope in Dustin's word, and I want to be strong getting out of the car. I feel guilty not feeling either way. I'm only scared. Thanks again, Dustin. If we're not back soon, call me. My phone's on vibrate. If we don't answer, get help. You got it. We all piled out of the car, leaving swinging beads behind us, trying to not get any of them caught in the doors. We then began the long walk. For now, the urgency hasn't set in as deeply as it had last time. We have a time restraint now, but we don't have any fear of having lost Adara's place. The position is tagged on Charlie's cell phone. We're fine, so we reserve our stamina and walk into the woods. The boys put on their charms and everything's quiet again. There's almost peace behind it. The beauty of the forest is something staggering in its ability to bring clarity to the situation. The occasional chirping of birds and the peeking rays of sunlight between the branches and leaves gives the silence a profundity. I'm left melancholy and wondering, staring up at the trees surrounding us. The question I've wanted to ask since this morning, in the midst of this clarity, finally comes to me. Why? What? Why? Why did Kyle do it? It doesn't make any sense, like I thought it did. I've never had a problem keeping Kyle in before. I never worried about his safety. Why did he leave last night? Why did he go out into the streets, and why was it that the one night he decides to leave, he's killed? When I say this, everyone walks a little slower. I was thinking the same thing. It hadn't occurred to me. Do we not believe this was an accident? It could have been an accident. No, it wasn't. It could have been. Yeah, but it wasn't. Cal doesn't fuck up. I saw him at the zoo when we were rescuing Charlie. And every time he stole something right under our noses. He doesn't fuck up. If he fucked up, it was stupid. It was a stupid rookie mistake that the Kyle I know wouldn't have made. It wasn't an accident. What was it then? I don't know. If it wasn't an accident, what was it then? I don't know, Ed. I don't know, but it wasn't an accident. That's all. I don't have any more answers. Sorry for speaking up. He killed himself. A figurative cold wind brushes against everyone's back as Charlie says this. He killed himself. That's what Frankie was implying, and I believe it. And I'm frankly pissed off about it. And if we find him again, I'm going to deck that guy. I'm angry too. When we get back, he's going to have to make his own weird, gross, cold ramen from here on out. I'm going to kill Kyle so many goddamn times he'll wish he'd never done it in the first time. I'm going to... I don't know. I guess I'll be pretty cross with him. Why, though? Was seeing Mick really enough to make him commit suicide? No one replied immediately to that one. Everyone's looking around for the person who will speak next. If I had to guess, everyone else remained silent. He lost his way. He knew how to live before. Now he didn't. I don't know. Maybe Kyle was... I don't know. I always thought he seemed really happy around you. So I don't know why. Except, I don't know. Maybe for a moment he was just really, really sad. This is a horrible situation, isn't it? It could be worse. What if he didn't have a witch's curse, right? I suppose that's true. I still don't know what to think of this. None of us do. Maybe when we find Kyle, he can tell us. Sounds good. An instant later, we're at the gate to Adara's hut. Charlie wasn't paying attention to his cell phone. We're right here. The chimney has no smoke coming out of it, and there's no sign of life coming from inside the dirty drapes of the hut's only visible window. This is it. Charlie, check her blog. Is there anything there? Just did. No, nothing. She hasn't updated in a few hours. Well, let's do this then, I guess. A moment later, the boy stepped in front of me and began wordlessly approaching the house. I had expected a moment's hesitation or even some reassuring words before stepping onto our property, but there was nothing. I began walking only a moment later, as to not get left behind. A chill ran down my spine as I did. Oh man, we're into the witch's lair finale. Here we go. Here we go, guys. There's a darkness here. Part of me was expecting her hut to be a normal ramshackle hut, and it certainly looks like that. But it's a strange mixture of a wooden cabin disconnected from modern life and of a normal 20-something apartment. A large black cauldron sat as the centerpiece of her hut. Surrounding it, however, was a desk and a wooden chair. A closed laptop charges silently on a small coffee table, plugged into something I can't see from here. She's got a single bookshelf on which many novels and books sit against each other. The bed is built of wood, possibly cut down from nearby trees, but the mattress and the sheets that sit on top of the bed are modern, probably bought from a warehouse store. Underneath her bookshelf is a spice rack with odd, unfitting bottles. Now this I remember. These are magical ingredients. How do you know? The labels. Nightshade. Wait, seriously? Yeah, nightshade. Snake beads. What are snake beads? Newt toes, male tears, vile puree? Hey Ed, I dare you to smell vile puree. Not a chance. I continued searching the house. So far, nothing stuck out as either a larger than average book or a decent place to store a large book. I searched under the desk, resting my hand on her wicker chair. I lose my balance for a moment, not realizing that it was some sort of strange hybrid of a wicker chair and desk swivel chair. It swings around like a computer chair, but it is made entirely out of wooden wicker. Below the desk, Adara's computer is plugged simply into a strange 4-inch cube of what appears to be a glowing limestone, but no spellbook. Anything yet, guys? Has anyone checked inside the cauldron? No, not yet. I'll look. Miguel stares into the cauldron, but rears his eyes back immediately. Whoa, God, what the hell? What's up? Oh shit, is it bad? Like gore or something? No, it's nothing. Oh, okay, cool. Huh? No, I mean literally, it's all black. Huh? Everyone gets up to crowd around the cauldron. Miguel's not kidding. It's completely black. No one can see the inner contours of the cauldron. It's just It seems to completely absorb all light. Oh fuck, dude, that's creepy. What if it's in there? I don't know. Frankie, you're a big strong man. Stick your hand in there. But I like my hand. Edmund, you do it. I respectfully decline. Miguel? Okay. Miguel began to hover his hand over the dark pot. Wait, Miguel, don't. I didn't think you would agree. Okay, cool, because I really didn't want to. I'll do it. Okay. Charlie braces himself to stick his hand inside the cauldron. Well, is anyone going to try to stop me? God, fine. Everyone step aside. I'll do it. No, Frankie, let me. I'm over it. No, I'm doing it now. No, I've got it. Charlie, move over. Are either of you going to do this thing? I've got this. Frustrated, Edmund pushes both of them aside, staring deeply into the cauldron, his hand almost touching the inky black void. Look, if neither of you are going to go through with, whoa, oh yikes, that is way more intimidating at this angle. We can all agree this is really scary then, right? Everyone, myself included, nods. Why don't we poke something in there? Huh? Oh yeah. Probably should have thought of that before. What can we use? Are there, like, sticks anywhere? I've got a pen in my pocket. Great. Just start dipping it in, like, to make sure that's not, like, a bad darkness or something. Edmund lowers the pen into the cauldron. As we expected, the light around it is absorbed and it becomes completely dark, but it seems to be moving flawlessly. When Edmund pulls it back up, it's fine, not covered in anything. Well, that's good to know. I guess it's just some kind of darkness spell. I suppose so. All right. Frankie's hand hovers over the cauldron, his fingers still twitching with some nervousness. Slowly, Frankie's hand begins to lower toward the inner rim. Suddenly, as Frankie's fingers move past the threshold, the blackness ripples in response. Oh, fuck! What the? Frankie rears his hand back. His pointer and ring finger both have a thick black liquid staining them. The cauldron is rippling in response. Frankie, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt at all. It just caught me off guard. Quick, whatever it is, wipe it off. All right. Frankie wipes the black liquid off on the black hoodie slung over Adara's weird wicker computer chair. The liquid inside of the cauldron was still rippling. It began to light up with stars, tiny fragments of light that made it look like the rippling sea during a dark, star-filled night. It was mesmerizingly beautiful. The ripples did not calm down, as if it were continued by some outside force. The room around us darkened, and it felt as though the world around us had shifted somehow. After a minute, the ripples finally went away, and the stars faded from the cauldron. Again, all was silent and still. When we emerged from the strange visions of the cauldron, it felt as though the world had changed into something colder and more sinister than it had been before. Everyone was frightened and frozen stiff. What the fuck was that? That was creepy. Why, though? What was that? And what was with the cat? What? Wait, what cat? You guys didn't see a cat? No, it was a bear. I saw a rodent. It was a wolf for me. I only saw stars. We all saw something different? Well, did anyone else's animal do anything but stare at them? No, that's all that happened for me. Same. This seems bad. We gotta find that spell book and go. Got it. Are we totally sure she didn't take it with her? She could have, but Dustin described it as being pretty big. Both times I've seen Adara, she wasn't carrying anything but a purse. Is there anywhere it could be hidden in the floor? I've been checking the floorboards. Nothing so far. Walls? No, they all just lead outside. We should make sure none of those small books are actually the spell book. And I think someone should see if there was any place she could have hid it outside. I'll check the books. I'll check outside. All right. Does her desk have any drawers or anything like that? Maybe the shelf has a fake foundation where something could be hidden. Maybe behind it? Oh, fuck. Suddenly, from the corner, we hear Miguel scream. The light is choked from the room and a red pulsating glow emits from the cauldron. Guys, it's locked. I can't open it. What? Frankie rushes over to the door to test it out. Both his hands clutch the door handle and shake and twist. Oh God, he's right. Are there any other doors? I don't see any. There were 6 of you. What happened to the other one? Everyone goes quiet. Candles light up around Adara's computer desk. And there she is, standing right in front of us, holding her spellbook. Oh no. Where's the other one? You were snooping around here yesterday. There were 6 people and now there's 5 of you. Where are they? Everyone's frozen with fear. She's got an intense, horrifying aura about her. She speaks calmly and her words are stern and forceful. Before anyone gains the courage to speak up, Adara continues. I've got questions for all of you, but first tell me, where's the 6th? Okay, hold on a second. I need a drink. My throat is going dry. Okay, I know it's like right in the middle of this, but I'm like, I have to be able to continue talking here. Okay. He's not here. He didn't come with us. Oops. He didn't come with us. So he's just patiently waiting for everyone else to risk their lives by trespassing on my property. Sounds like a hell of a guy. Also, you're lying. Speak up, one of you. He died. Edmund hiccups the words out, as if someone was going to shoot him if he didn't. I'm not lying to you. He was run over by a car. Edmund the 7th of Rosalie. So you remember me. How could I forget? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. How many of you do I know? Is this a revenge plot? Did you come to strike me down? Adara stepped closer, still on the opposite side of the cauldron from us. She was staring down Frankie, who had his hands up in the air and a stern expression on his face as though he was being arrested. Frankie Tomlinson. Frankie's not your real name, I remember that. What was it again? Conrad. No, that wasn't it. It was something else. No, it was Conrad. Adara stares daggers into Frankie for a moment. Yeah, probably. Either way, I remember you. But how about you? She says, her gaze averting to Miguel, whose lips were pursed and his shoulders raised intently. He was barely holding it together. I don't remember. Wait. You were one of the school boys, weren't you? You went to the gym every day. Yes. Your name? Miguel Castellanos. That kind of rings a bell. Yeah, I remember you. You absolutely don't look familiar at all. She was referring to Charlie. Charlie's nostrils flared. He was biting his bottom lip, barely keeping it in well enough to not blow his top off. Were you a friend? Wait, were you one of Miguel over there's gym buddies? I was the one at the grocery store, like not even a year ago. Adara was puzzled for a moment. Nothing. I told you fucker she wouldn't recognize me. I decided to take offense to this remark at a point later in time. I held the door open for you. Yes, I remember now. Sure, what's your name then? Charlie Fitzgerald. And you were with Frankie at that, what used to be my favorite coffee shop in town, until you made it abundantly clear that I was being watched there. She's talking to me. Now the 6th. He was killed. Edmund. Yes, he was run over by a car. You're telling the truth, but you're leaving something out. I thought you and I were past the point in our relationship where you thought you could keep things from me. Now spit it out. You had cursed him. Okay. He was an animal at the time. So what? It's nothing serious. I'm sure he's scampering around somewhere. What? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm guessing he reincarnated. Ask her what that means. Does that mean he's all right? She turns toward me, one eyebrow raised, the other furrowed. She's not happy I entered the conversation. All right. Well, he's an animal again, probably eating, I don't know, bugs or something. Depends on what you mean by all right. A part of me feels lighter, if not any less frightened. Tell me, what animal was he when he died? A ferret. Adara files through some thoughts for just a moment. Kyle. Yeah, I remember him. It's a shame he wasn't here for the coup. You fucking bitch. I'm sorry, Charlie. Is there something you wanted to say? I think we're all forgetting who we're talking to. So, Charlie, what did you have to say? Charlie bites his tongue and his face becomes more bitter and more twisted with hate. Why are you here? I assume this isn't just a boys' panty raid. There are much safer places with much more vulnerable women than myself for you to harass. Adara, Edmund, who is this and why is she calling me by my name? Her name is Lucy. Please don't hurt her. Lucy. I'm scared stiff as I look at Adara. When I see her, I can only see the dreadful, hopeless sadness in Kyle's eyes when he watched how much his friend had grown without him. I only see Frankie, who never got to see his mother again. I want to see my mother again. I don't want to be an animal. Well, say what you were going to say. We came because I turned these guys back into humans, but like temporarily. We need to turn them back into humans permanently. Where do you fit into all of this, Lucy? What? Why are you here? Do you know what kind of danger you're in? Do you not realize that you're trespassing? I never cursed any women. I never hurt you. Did they maybe trick you into believing you needed to be here? To fight a battle that doesn't belong to you? She is pretty horrible. No, we're just trying to turn them back. I desperately want to apologize, but I don't know what I'd be apologizing for. I just don't want her to hurt me. We were going to take your spell book and then return it. And what would you even do with the spell book? Did you think you'd be able to read it? No, we have a wizard friend. He agreed. A wizard? Where is he? Why didn't... Adara seems put off her guard for the first time since her appearance here. She immediately regains her composure. No, don't answer that. I get it. Lucy. I'm going to go out on a limb here. The drapes on the window blew open just a little, like light began to flow back into the room. Adara pushed her weird wicker chair in front of me. Sit. I'm nervous, of course. Sit. Do it. I sit down. For a moment, I'm turned towards the boys, who are all still frozen in fright. Adara then spins my chair so I'm facing toward her. Lucy, would you say you've got a lady boner for any of these guys? What? A lady boner. A crush. The hats. My composure immediately falls. The way she said that was strange and out of character. I'm torn between the uncomfortable sensations of my embarrassment and my life being in danger. Calm down, Lucy. I'm not going to hurt you. Not you. You're safe. I was like you a long time ago. Do you need a tissue? I didn't realize that tears had begun to well up at the sides of my eyes. No. All right. Lucy. That's your name, yeah? Yes. Please don't be scared. I'm sorry. Okay. Please? I'm not going to hurt you. You and I don't have to hate each other. We're cool. I'm not scared. Good. I turned these guys into animals. I'm sure you got that far. You must think I'm a real bitch. Yes. That's true. Of course it is. I did something totally bitchy. But why do you think I did this totally bitchy thing? I don't know. Did you ever take time to consider it? Unless you think I just went around cursing random guys for no reason. Yes, they do realize that. They all said that you got really angry at them beforehand. That's true. I did. Why? Why is it that I'd get so angry as to actually change someone permanently? Or what I thought was permanently into animals? Well, answer me this. Humans are built to care for each other, right? This is something that can't be argued. It's why people have so many goddamn kids. It just happens. Do you have a special boy in your life or girl? Did you maybe accidentally fall in love with one of these guys? Couldn't think of any other reason you decide to stick your head out for them? It's gotta be that. Am I wrong? No. So who is it? Is it tall, dark, and handsome over there? She says, pointing over to Miguel. No, I don't think so. The short one? What's his face? Charlie. No. I hope to God it's not Edmund. Heaven forbid you accidentally place any of your trust in that piece of filth. It isn't Edmund, is it? No. It's the dead one. That explains everything. You know he's fine, right? Your turning him human briefly didn't do anything to his immortality. I almost wished it had, but hey. Would you like to know what he did to me? Your little martyr. What did he tell you he did? He told me he held the door open for you when you got really angry at him. But Adara doesn't give me time to continue with what else he told me before beginning to speak again. Typical. Do you want to know what he really did? What he's been lying to you about? Let me tell you a story. It was the 70s, I believe. I was working for John's Grocery. I was a cashier. It wasn't the worst job I've ever had. Well, it wasn't the first. Things were pretty solitary for me at the time. I go work during the day and read books at night, and paid for food and amenities. Plus, my coworkers were the closest thing I had to friends in a long time. It was one of the few jobs I've had that I actually enjoyed, so forgive me if I sound maybe a little more annoyed than I should be. One day, two punkers come into the store, a white guy and a Chinese guy. They're both rowdy and drunk. They were pulling all of the stupid shit you'd expect out of a drunk customer or group of 14-year-old boys. Can you hear me? Or is the music too loud? Throwing shit at each other in the aisles, talking way too loudly. The Chinese guy even wiggled a zucchini around his crotch like a dick. When they came up to the counter, the smell of cheap beer and bad weed was palpable, like a gross cloud surrounding them. Then the Chinese guy looks at me funny. Says, "Hi there, I'm Kyle." Okay, clearly the mic wasn't almost inside my mouth, so says, "Hi there, I'm Kyle." And then it started. Kyle gets a huge crush on me. Tells me up front, "Wow, you're really pretty." I turn him down immediately. I'm not the kind to be coy when telling you how not interested I am. I don't seem to like the kind of string. I don't seem to like. Oh God, I can't talk. I don't seem like the kind to string a guy along, right? That's certainly true from this angle. I tell him to piss off. I'm not interested. I made sure to be rude about it. I didn't want this guy around, but he's not convinced. He tells me that he's an acquired taste and that soon he'll grow on me, because apparently he's that charming. I told him I doubted it. Then it was every other day. After that night, I could always count on seeing Kyle at least 1 billion times a week. He'd always come to my counter and tell me how pretty I looked. He'd always ask when I was finally going to warm up to him, no matter how many times I told him to go to hell. I told my boss about him, and guess what he said? Oh, the kid's harmless, completely dismissive. He constantly found me at the one place I couldn't slam the door on him. Found me where I couldn't turn him away or not do exactly what he said or listen to his creepy stalker shit without losing my job, expecting me to someday just magically fall in love with him. It was always just one date, if he could just get me to go on just one date with him. And he'd do it all while calling me belittling shit like girly or babe. I finally got fucking sick of it after months of harassment. I tell him that he has got to find another store to spend his stupid time or I'm calling the police. I actually almost lost my job for that one. He went away for about a week. I thought I was rid of him. Then the final straw comes along. He finds me at midnight, getting off of a long shift. It's dark and he's got flowers and he's just waiting for me in the dark. No one else around, with fucking flowers. You were so bad. That's horrible. I put my job on the line just so I didn't have to be harassed every day, and he still doesn't go away. I want to know if you still blame me for what I did after that. I want to know if you even think I had a choice, because even if I did have a choice, turning him into an animal was the right thing to do. So no, I didn't get angry when he held the door open for me. He stalked me for months and then found me alone in the middle of the night, and I wasn't given a choice. And I bet you think the rest of your friends are innocent too, huh? Boy, you've picked just about the worst group of unbelievable, horrible, inconsiderate, hateful scumbags you possibly could have found. Adara, you didn't let me finish beforehand. What? He told me all of this. I know this already. He wasn't lying to me. He told me when he was ready. Oh, that's precious, Adara says, gripping her spellbook tighter in frustration. The stalker came out with his big secret and now everything's fine. Something like that is something you should only know when the guy who stalked me and went out of his way to make me feel threatened into affection when he's ready to tell you. After you're practically robbing houses for him? Oh boy. Oh right, I actually got the good ending, the canning ending. I did it well enough. All right, I'm taking the spell book and running. Robbing houses. That's right. Well, hey, she says, snapping her fingers. I'm talking to you. Is that the kind of guy you really want in your life? Just do it. I'm looking out for you, Lucy. And I know it's hard to hear. Do it. I didn't tell you these things so you'd like me, but I want you to know the truth, so he won't hurt you like he hurt me. Do it. Do it. You're silent. Do it. Are you beginning to understand? I grabbed the spellbook right out of Adara's hand and raced for the door. What the hey? My hand fumbles for the door handle and I end up breaking through, feeling bark and twigs scrape painfully against my shoulder. Hey! Getting back up on my feet, I'm back out into the forest, running as fast as I can. I don't look behind me for a second. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction. I don't know where the boys are and I don't know where I am. But I can hear screaming right behind me. This is nuts. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't even consider the consequences. When I'm finally running down a long and narrow stretch of grass, I can finally begin to conceive of my surroundings. I am already unbelievably tired from sprinting. My shoulder is scraped up really bad, and I can feel a wet spot on my shirt, meaning I'm probably bleeding from my shoulder. My shins hurt worst of all. I can hear wind racing past my ear. I can't see any clearing out into society yet, so I just keep running. I want to stop so badly. My stomach is cramping up, my shins feel like they have spears rammed through them, and the moment I stop moving, I'm probably going to vomit. But I'm so scared that I keep moving anyway, enduring what feels like hours of torture. The spellbook is heavy, and I could swear to God that I'm feeling it getting heavier. I'm positive that I've dropped at least my phone somewhere along the way. I have to worry later if my keys and wallets are gone too. I've never felt more alive. And then my throat closes up and I lose air completely. I drop to the ground immediately. Oh boy. I am clutching at my neck, praying for air. You bitch! You think you're so fucking smart, don't you? I'll just run off with the fucking all-powerful witch's book. If I wasn't pissed off before, I sure as hell am now. I don't think I'm going to turn you into an animal, you fucking bitch. I think I'm just going to go ahead and kill you. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, idiot. And then Miguel power tackled Adara. They both collide into a crunchy, visceral thwack. Miguel and Adara fly through the air as oxygen returns to my lungs. Miguel manages to roll away from the point of impact skillfully, getting to his knees. I got her. Charlie, what's the word? I got him, Charlie says, running toward us with his phone to his ear. I'm sending him over our position now. Keep her busy, Edmund. Head that way. Get him here. Edmund bolts past us, running into the thicker parts of the shrubbery. I'm on it, he says, making his way around the trees and running through the forest so fast his voice is already trailing off. I start getting up, catching my breath. Miguel has run to my side and is helping me up. Hey, are you alright? Adara is getting up behind Miguel, her eyes glowing a deep green. All my life, I have never run into such insolent, violent, pig-headed animals like you, and the earth will be glad to be rid of you. Life will be that much sweeter in your absence. The ground around Adara begins to quake, and the green in Adara's eyes darkens to black. Adara is levitating just above the ground, and my mercy has run dry. Wham! Frankie runs in from the side, slamming his fist against Adara's face, causing her to spin through the air. Just as before, Adara is sent to the ground. Frankie shakes his hand, trying to shake off the pain of impact. Fuck! Ow! God! I didn't want to do that, Adara. And if you stay down, I won't have to do it again. Are we clear? The area around Adara's body on the ground is completely silent, and Adara doesn't move. I'm warning you, stay down. Adara remains completely motionless on the ground. I can't tell. Is she unconscious or cooperative? She's out like a light, dude. Oh. God, I didn't mean to hit her that hard. You hit a girl. What? I had to. I didn't want to. Miguel did the same thing. I tackled her. You straight up hit her. You're a bad person. No. God, I didn't mean to. I had to. It doesn't matter, guy. You're going to jail. Oh, God. But Frankie, we're kidding. Good job. Oh, Oh, that's cool. I knew that. Yeah, just keep an eye on Adara until Dustin gets here. Sounds good. Where did she go? What? Huh? Adara races past me, grabbing the spellbook beside me, running away, opening up the book and flipping quickly through its pages. She's not even taunting us at this point. She's panicked and trying to get to a spell as quickly as possible. Nobody come any closer, she screams, shooting her stare at us, giving each of us pause. Her eyes launch back downward, flipping through the pages of her spellbook at a feverish pace. Aha! That's it! Okay, this is gonna be fun. Pedagabo ego vos, damnatorum erant pasto. What? Adara's spellbook begins to slowly lift out of her hands. Ah, wait, what? No, stop! Behind Adara, we see standing in the clearing Edmund and Dustin. Dustin's hands are glowing and a fierce, isolated wind whips at his clothes. What's up, everybody? You're late, Dustin. A wizard cruises on by precisely when he means to cruise on by. Damn it! I should have known you'd try to stick your nose in this asshole. Just helping out a couple of cursed compadres get cured of some crippling complications. Nothing personal. Adara's spellbook glides gently into Dustin's hands. Dustin flips through the book, his eyes slowly scanning over its pages. Yeah, okay, this is making sense. You whipped up this sweet spell yourself, didn't you? What of it? That must have taken a while. I mean, wow. Just wow. So? Just making small talk. Dustin pulls out a small white vial from his pocket and begins to untwist its cap. No, stop! Dustin doesn't respond to Adara's pleas and continues to untwist. A small white brush is attached to the inside of the vial's cap. It's a bottle of whiteout. I swear to God, you son of a bitch, if you even... Lucy, your buddy's chilling right outside of town in an alleyway, he says while spreading a few strokes of whiteout across the pages of Adara's book. His days of rummaging around in the garbage like a buck wild animal are over. I know, I love Dustin too. I'm not convinced. No, for real, he's boosting on human feet again. No, I believe you. I was just making a joke. It didn't really work. Wait, he's okay? Hell yeah, he just woke up in an alleyway about 2 towns down the East Freeway. Probably buck naked as the day he was born. That's fantastic! Are we all cured? You better believe it. The guys are dumbstruck, filled with new energy and glee. Charlie, Edmund, Frankie, and Miguel race toward each other, immediately hugging each other and spinning in pure, unadulterated happiness. I'm not so relaxed yet. You piece of shit, Adara says as Dustin continues to flip through the pages of her spellbook. If you're doing what I think you're doing, I am. Stop, don't you dare. I have to say, this is a big fucking mess you got here. I don't know why on earth someone would do this to themselves. I'm pretty curious why you didn't do this before. Dustin's whiteout brush hovers over the spellbook. Dustin and Adara stare each other down. Just let me go. Don't do it. Are you going to leave these fine gentlemen alone? Fuck you. Then they won't be safe until I do. Fuck you. Why are you defending them? It's all right there. You know what they did. You know just as well as I do, you fucker. Stop! You don't gotta hurt anymore. Adara stares at Dustin in helpless shock. Her lips trembles and her body shakes just a little bit. Adara's face goes through a range of emotions. She starts out angry, then furious, then sad. She then finally takes a deep breath and becomes calm. Are you ready? I'll never forgive you for this. Dustin swipes the whiteout across the pages of her book. Almost immediately afterward, Adara collapses to the ground unconscious. And the only sound in the air is the sound of the boys cheering to each other, having completely missed the exchange in front of them. Oh my God, did you kill her? Nah, she just went Betty by. She's not even, knocked out. She's just snoozing up a storm. Then what did you do? Erased her memory. But just of you guys. I'm not trying to ruin her head or anything. She'll remember at most a prince who broke her heart a long time ago. She may even remember getting over it. And she's going to have a ton of trouble trying to remember his name. Dustin walks over to Adara's sleeping body and leaves her spellbook next to her. Nap time. Let's cruise on out of here. We'll go pick up your buddy. He's probably confused real confused. Hey guys, we're going to pick up Kyle. looking over at the reveling boys. They're all caught in such glee that Charlie has somehow ended up sitting on Miguel's shoulders, and Edmund is hanging off of Frankie's back. They all snap to their senses and begin running towards us. Dustin, however, takes his time, walking back to the car. After a brief explanation of what he did to Adara, he falls silent, his energy falling low and far short of the cheers and revelry of the boys. I never turned back into a bear. We made it on time. And none of us died. Yeah, and none of us died. That's also cool. And so on and so forth. Exclamations of previously established facts like, we're alive, and we're not dead, and we made it, and we survived. The energy of being surrounded by people simply happy to be alive, their blood boiling with the joy of being victorious, was infectious. I felt as though I had also been relieved of some great burden, but I wasn't going to feel complete until I saw his face. Until I was 100% yeah, like that's a word. Until I was 100% certain that he was okay. Until Kyle was back. Epilogue. All right, we're doing it, you guys. The hell? Yeah, I guess he did wake up naked somewhere. Katie's dropping me off. She'll be in soon. She's got to drop by the bank and then she'll be around. I'm left at the entrance. It's dark out and the bar isn't totally packed. I don't go to bars very much at all. I'm wondering if someone's going to check my card at the door for this one. No one's around, so I just walk in. I immediately find Frankie standing at the bar. He's the closest person, so I immediately walk over to him, so I don't look like a confusing sheep standing in the middle of an unfamiliar area. He looks over at me. His body is hunched over the bar expectantly. Hey, Lucy, what's up? Not much. What's going on with everyone? Fresh round. I'm trying to take it easy because this is all student loan paying for. Okay. I'm trying to take it easy because this is all student loan paying for this tray of drinks. I can't say this freaking line, but I figured I should show some appreciation. It's not like getting drinks back at Katie's, huh? Actually, it's refreshing. I'm glad I was able to finagle getting down here for Thanksgiving. I'm glad too. How did you do it? I left from the final right into a pretty expensive bus ride. A couple of hours later and I'm back at home. I'm still wiped out, but I'm glad I'm here. Was it a practical? Yeah, greasy hands inside a real engine type of final. I think I did okay. Cool. Somehow, even engines are different than I remember them. They're becoming familiar again, though. How so? Everything works somehow. It wasn't the old alternators that I was attached to or the classic designs. I always just loved whatever made the things go. The bartender brings a pitcher to Frankie, which Frankie promptly picks up and straightens himself out from the bar. Where is everyone? Back at our table, kind of. Miguel and Edmund are playing darts, and I think Charlie's still in the bathroom. Okay. We walk across the bar to see Kyle sitting down, toying with an old-looking computer. This thing's fucking incredible. Whoa, is that your computer? A present from Charlie. He said as long as I'm crashing with him, I can be as funny as I want to be as long as I try being professionally funny, and not while he's trying to work. Oh? Yeah, it turns out a night job leaves you with a lot of time at home. In Charlie's proximity when he's trying to do super important computer stuff like that looks suspiciously like looking at weird videos of cartoon girls. Charlie looks at hentai. Okay. I think he's trying to distract me. Or push you into a career. Or that. Are you going to take that from a nerd? Fuck no, I'm not going to take that from a nerd. From some fucking Melvin. I'm gonna make that twerp pay for giving me this gift once he gets done peeing all over himself. Or he doesn't want you looking at his beautiful anime women. Oh shit. Where does the rabbit where does the rabbit hole stop? Is there no end to his sneaky bullshit? I brought beer. Sick. Hey guys. Hey Katie. Katie, glad to see you back in town. It's great to see you too, Kyle. Glad you're safe. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Sit down, pour yourself a beer. We'll get you another glass. I'm driving tonight, so that's fine. If you insist. What's going on with you guys? The best beer ever. So unbelievably good, it's been known to make designated drivers renounce their religion. Or stomp ferrets. Yeah, or that. Where are the others? Edmund and Miguel are playing darts, and Charlie's taking a long time in the bathroom. What have they been up to? Edmund's just going to our old community college. I think he's considering a poli-sci major. Miguel's going to our college. Really? Yeah, full ride scholarship for his football skills. They were able to accept all his previous credits. You're saying that Miguel's going to our school? Yes. You mean tall, dark, handsome, tall, dark, and handsome over there? Katie, do you have a thing for Miguel? Frankie, did you not notice? I... Maybe a little, now that I think about it. Well, we'll all have to stay to hang out at our place, as long as I act as chaperone. Lucy, you, Miguel, and I all have to hang out at our place, and then you have to sleep out on the couch. I know, you have to stretch the imagination a little bit there. Sure, whatever. What's Charlie up to? He won't say. He's just completely zipped and I hate it. Yeah, it's becoming a little ridiculous. Edmund comes over after having finished his game and sits down. If he stopped acting all coy about it, I'd be more okay with the whole situation, but ugh. What, Charlie's surprise? Yeah. God, don't remind me. Hey, Miguel, Katie says, probably a little louder than she intended. No, not at all. Hey, Katie. Hey, Lucy. Hi. Is Frankie still in the bathroom? No, I'm right here. Crap, sorry, Charlie. Hey, what are you guys talking about? How shitty and obnoxious you are. Sounds reasonable. You're the worst, and we all loathe the ground you walk on. Also, thanks for the computer. Sure. Would you mind not being a cock tease and tell everyone what your big surprise is? It seems like everyone here is sick of waiting. Absolutely fucking not. Now be patient while I continue to set up the most mind-blowing thing in the entire world. uh, no, I'm just gonna call him an asshole. Asshole. Hey, glad to have you back too, Lucy. What's going on with you, Katie? Finals coming up, resulting in a constant desire to vomit. I can't believe I'm out right now. I should be studying. It's Thanksgiving weekend, and finals aren't until December. Some excuse. Hey, I'm gonna go have a smoke. Everyone basically agrees to his absence and continues to talk. I decide to silently follow him. Kyle's outside but hasn't pulled out a cigarette. I thought you were getting a smoke. Nah, I hear they're bad for you. Kyle rubs his shoulder nervously. Wait a second, Kyle. Are you quitting? I'm weaning. I broke down yesterday and had to, which is still way better than my old 3 packs a day back in high school. If I can keep it 2 a day, medium patches, then I'll lower it to 1 in January. I'm a little on edge. Why didn't I notice this? Because I haven't really gone public with it yet. Fair enough, I guess. I am at 0 today. That's great, Kyle. We stand in silence for some time. Then, silently, Kyle grabs my hand. Lucy, I'm so glad you're home. His eyes turn toward me. They glisten softly underneath the glow of the bar sign. His thumb gently caresses the back of my hand. I'm glad to be home. I need to ask you a question, Kyle. Shoot. Why? What? What? What made you leave that night? I know you could understand me. What made you do it? I want to say I don't want to talk about it, but boy, isn't that what led me there in the first place? I don't know how to explain it really. Have you ever wondered if all you are is all you'll ever be? Because I thought I knew who I was. A rat, some kind of rodent crawling the streets and fucking everything up for everybody. Seeing Mick with a kid and a government job told me I couldn't be that forever. But Mick was my hero, a guy who had everything figured out. I could follow him until the world ended for all I fucking cared. Then he stopped. And he ended. I guess I was supposed to end too. I was never supposed to grow old. I was always going to die young and in a fiery blaze. And once I saw Mick's daughter, I knew that couldn't happen. That the boat had passed on being a revolution. That the boat had passed on being a revolution leader. Then I wasn't a punk anymore. I wasn't anything. I don't know what I am right now. I'm something, but I'm not a punk. I'm not over that yet. So I tried killing myself. Somehow I survived, even after I died. Twice. Twice? Yeah. I'm still pretty sad. I'm kind of ashamed of the way I acted. I'm still figuring this whole thing out, I guess. Until I do, I'll take it day by day, just worrying about today and maybe tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow? I don't know. try out this computer for a while, try to be funny, wait for you some more, I'll be around. I mean, well, you know what I mean. Actually, probably not. I'd like to spend some time with you and try out this computer, which I guess if I'm not a punk, I'm a girlfriend having professional computer tryer outer. Kyle, do you think anyone knows who they are? No, I'm just starting to figure it out. What I know is that he stares me head on, holding both of my hands and gripping them tightly. I'm really glad you found me. I don't think I'd ever be able to come home to you myself. Not until I figured out who I was, which I still haven't. So, more sincerely than I've ever said anything, at the risk of sounding like a total sap, Lucy, thank you. I love you. The silence is thick and warming, even against the cold November breeze. I love you, Lucy. I know you have to leave, but I'll be right here. I'll be right here for you when you get back, trying to be a better whatever the fuck I am every day until you get back. I love you. I love you too, Kyle. I've never had a family before. Yeah, they're waiting for you inside. They're waiting for us. True. Should we go back inside? No, not yet. I'm not letting you go of you, Lucy. I'm not letting go. His body is wrapped around mine in his embrace, and his skin is soft and enticingly warm. I'm not letting go. He pulls me tighter toward him. His face buries itself in the nape of my neck. I'm not letting go. He kisses my neck lightly and rests his cheek on my shoulder. And then he never let go. And that's it. We finished. I feel good. Now I've got to get this shit formatted and put up on YouTube. I've been way behind on doing that. See, that's the thing. I think the actual developer said that they had other ideas for like a sequel, in which we would learn more about all of this. But unfortunately, the game didn't sell enough, didn't make enough money for them to be able to do that, which is very, very sad because I love this game. So I hope more people at least play it and experience it. But that's it. The end. We have finished Animal Lover. And next time I stream, I will probably do something scary. I have a couple of ideas. Either remothered or... I know I've been saying that for like weeks now. That would have given away too much. You know what? I haven't posted my streaming in a little while. Well, not posted it, but like posted my schedule on Twitch, because I've just been, last couple weeks have been kind of crazy for me. But is it broken? Okay, maybe that's not the best one to play right yet. But I always post on, I don't know if you're friends with me on Steam or not, but I always post on Steam the day that I am, about 15 minutes before. I don't know if you'll catch it, but if you follow my stream, if you follow my channel and you have notifications turned on, you should get an email when I start streaming too. So no, just been a crazy couple weeks. So anyhow, I am going to end the stream here as soon as these credits stop rolling. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching, guys. What?